United States, something extraordinary began to unfold, a story that would soon capture the attention of engineers, scientists, and energy experts across the nation. A single home, belonging to a man named Richard Maxwell, had seemingly broken free from one of humanity's oldest dependencies, the power grid. Neighbors first noticed it when Maxwell's house remained brightly lit during a series of power outages. While others scrambled for flashlights, his lights glowed calmly through the night. His heating system worked, the refrigerator ran, and not a single device inside his home showed any sign of losing power. At first, people assumed he had installed solar panels, or maybe an advanced backup generator. But as days turned into weeks and weeks into months, it became clear, Maxwell's home was running on something entirely different. Something no one could explain. Whispers began spreading, of a mysterious device in his garage, humming softly, hidden beneath a steel cover. A generator that produced electricity without any visible fuel, no sunlight, no wind turbines, and no connection to any known energy source. When asked, Maxwell would only smile and say, "It's just something I've been working on." Soon, engineers from local universities and private energy firms began taking interest. How could one man, working alone, build a system that defied every known rule of power generation? Energy, as we understand it, must come from somewhere. You burn fuel, you harness wind, you split atoms, but energy doesn't just appear. And yet, that's exactly what seemed to be happening inside the walls of Maxwell's modest home. By the third month, speculation had reached the media. News outlets began calling it the Maxwell mystery, while online forums erupted with theories ranging from cold fusion to zero-point energy extraction. Some called it a hoax. Others believed it was the start of a new era, the dawn of truly free energy. Soft background music transitions into investigative rhythm. In the spring of that year, a small team of engineers from a respected energy research institute decided to investigate. They reached out to Maxwell, requesting permission to observe his setup under controlled conditions. Surprisingly, he agreed. When they arrived, the device was smaller than anyone had imagined, about the size of a suitcase. It was built with aluminum casings, copper coils, and a series of intricate magnetic rings arranged in perfect symmetry. The hum it produced wasn't loud, but constant, steady, like the rhythm of a heart. One of the engineers, Dr. Ethan Cole, described his first impression in an interview. It didn't look like anything special at first. But when we measured the output, it was unbelievable. The generator was producing more energy than we could trace from any input source. They ran the tests again and again. The results were the same. According to the readings, Maxwell's generator was outputting enough electricity to power the entire home, continuously, with no external connection, no fuel tank, and no charging system. At that moment, disbelief filled the room. Every engineer knew the principle: energy cannot be created or destroyed. And yet, here they were, staring at a machine that appeared to challenge that very law. As they continued their investigation, the team began documenting every part of the device. There were electromagnetic coils wound around metallic cores, a rotating disc with a unique pattern, and a central unit that seemed to regulate frequency and output voltage. But the strangest part wasn't the design. It was that no one could find the source of the initial power input. The generator ran on what Maxwell called a magnetic resonance cycle, a term none of the engineers had encountered before in any scientific literature. When asked how it worked, Maxwell said calmly, "The universe is full of energy, you just need to know how to access it." That statement alone sent shockwaves through the scientific community. Was Maxwell suggesting he had found a way to tap into ambient or zero-point energy, a theoretical concept that mainstream physics had dismissed as unfeasible for decades? Dr. Cole's report described the generator as a system that appears to sustain its own electromagnetic feedback loop, producing continuous usable current without measurable depletion. But if true, this was not just a small invention. It was a paradigm shift. A technology that could eliminate the need for fuel-based power generation entirely. The implications were staggering. If Maxwell's generator was real and reproducible, it could power homes, vehicles, even entire cities, all without burning a single drop of fossil fuel. No pollution. No émission. No dependency on the grid. Governments and corporations would face disruption on a scale not seen since the Industrial Revolution. But as interest grew, so did the scrutiny. Energy corporations began sending their own experts to analyze the claims. Some dismissed the entire project as impossible. Others demanded proof, open demonstrations, public data, peer-reviewed studies. Maxwell, however, remained cautious. He agreed to limited testing but refused to release his core design to the public. "It's not ready," he said in one interview. "There are things about this technology that even I don't fully understand yet." That statement fueled even more speculation. What did he mean? Was there something about his generator that posed a risk? A potential instability? Or was he protecting it from being stolen or suppressed? In the months that followed, online conspiracy theories exploded. Some claimed Maxwell had been approached by government agents. Others believed energy corporations were offering him massive sums of money to buy his silence. But amid all the noise, the device kept running. Day after day. Month after month. Neighbors confirmed they never saw fuel delivered, never heard any engines running, never saw any power cables leading in or out. Maxwell's lights stayed on, his devices worked, and his electric meter didn't move an inch. As the media attention peaked, one national news outlet secured exclusive footage inside Maxwell's home. The video showed the device operating, its magnetic rings spinning silently under a transparent casing. Instruments confirmed steady voltage and current output. And then came the most shocking moment of the entire demonstration, when Maxwell disconnected every visible wire leading into the generator. The lights in his home stayed on. For the audience watching around the world, it was an unforgettable scene, one that challenged everything they thought they knew about science and power.
Soft pause. The musique fa tout à l'OM.
But behind the excitement, there was also unease. Scientists warned that extraordinary claims require extraordinary proof. If Maxwell's generator truly produced continuous energy without input, it could violate the first law of thermodynamics, a cornerstone of modern physics. Skeptics insisted there had to be an unseen battery, a hidden input, or some kind of measurement error. Yet, no one could find any evidence of that. As the debate deepened, one question echoed louder than ever: was Maxwell a genius who had unlocked a new source of energy, or a brilliant illusionist fooling the entire world?